question, and I want to explore it. Gibbs, is it worth blitzing with only stock setups? So he's concerned, he's like, why wouldn't I just play coverage? Because I only really have stock blitz setups. They're not going to get in every time, and I'm rushing more than I should. So is it worth blitzing if you only have stock setups?
Great question. So here's the thing about stock setups that I would say is why you want to look into them. The blitz is designed from a gameplay point of view that it should be getting in, it should be generating pressure. So that's why I've always looked at these plays first. So that's first and foremost, the play is designed to send pressure off the right edge. So it should, in some instances, work. So
there's a couple different options of what Gibbs is saying. So nickel normal, a play like nickel blitz 2. You see that guy on the left side of the screen right there? He should be getting in off that edge. There's a play in nickel 2-4-5 that should get in off the edge, the play that we always used to run last season. Mm-hmm. Forget the name at this time, but
week 3, something like that.
Always kind of can bring pressure off the edge. And then, of course, you'll see it really common in a play like dime flat. You've got this play zone blitz. Look at that blitzing rusher off the right side of the screen, and we will show that off the right side.
The key thing that you find with stock blitzes, like design blitzes in the game, is they are the plays that have the unique blitz angles, and that's where you can it helps you generate unique pressures. So that's one thing to note about stock blitzes. The other thing to note about stock blitzes is you typically get a good shell of coverage underneath with your hook zones, where if you just call a cover 3, sometimes you get a cover 3 and it'll get your safety into a flat, or you don't have a flat zone on a hook zone on the far left now. You only have 2 hooks underneath, whereas your stock blitz, go back to it, your stock blitz has 3 hooks. A lot of times hooks are better for coverage purposes than flats. So you could you could call this play stock, and then you want to turn into coverage, just drop your DN on the left side into a flat, drop Finnegan into a flat, and now you're set up and good to go. So drop Cortland on the right side, the blitzer, into a flat, and now you're good to go. Now you got 3 hooks. That's one way to look at it. But usually you get a good flare of hook zones underneath coverage when you call a stock blitz, and that's another reason why it's important to call those plays.
Yeah, the other real important thing about stock blitzes is, I know the urge is, I don't have a great blitz, I don't have this scrape, I don't have something nasty to bring on 3rd and long, mm-hmm. So I'm just going to play coverage and sit there. No, that's a bad idea. You always want to bring pressure. Even if it doesn't get in, you're going to find a way to make it get in, but you're better off sending 6. I mean, early in the year, even a guy like Problem will bring 6 blitzers if he thinks he can get pressure on 3rd and long. The whole goal is to not let them throw the ball. So even if it's a stock play, we'll show you kind of how you would set it up. You're going to move Finnegan just kind of over. At least at this point, you're rushing 5. Even if you have to, it takes time to get in. It's not that quick A-gap setup. You want this pressure to come in. So even if you got to throw that guy out there, you want to mix it up. You got to call blitzes. You got to force the ball out of your opponent's hand. And if all you have is stock blitzes, well, that's all you have. You don't want to blitz every play with just a stock blitz, but you do want to make sure that you're calling blitzes in those situations, because it really will change the way your opponent can call his plays. If he just knows you're going to be sitting there in coverage, he's going to change it up. All right, let's take a look at the next question in the mailbag right here. Got a lot coming in from you guys this week. So this question right here is from Wild Colton. He wants to know, is the cover 2